welcome to the top of the world. Right now we're around 1,000 kilometers from the North Pole. We're exploring a group of islands that are home to more polar bears than people. This is a true Arctic wilderness and a place that I've dreamt of exploring ever since I was a nature-obsessed child, watching David Attenborough documentaries on my parents' VHS player. Thanks to ocean-wide expeditions, I get to live out my dream and explore one of the last true wildernesses on planet Earth. Welcome to Svalbard.
This ship is Ondius, released 2019. She can accommodate a little bit more than 170 passengers. Mostly passengers seeking for expedition cruises. And expedition cruises are this kind of cruises where you do a cruise not similar to any other one, because the itinerary is drawn on a day-by-day basis, depending on the ice condition, the weather condition, and what you want to see, basically. And you disembark and you do all your activities with Zodiac.
Do not put us on a big cruise ship. Absolutely, it will not fit us. We love this environment. The people are all nature-oriented. We don't have to wear a jacket or a tie at night. We love the service, we love the food, we love the friendliness. We like the people on board, and it's so easygoing, pleasant, an atmosphere we absolutely adore.
Okay, well, we just saw a polar bear. First day of the trip and we've already seen a polar bear, which is absolutely incredible. It blows me away. I didn't think it'd be that easy, but I guess, you know, here in Svalbard, it's home to around 3,000 polar bears, making this one of, if not the best place on planet Earth to spot polar bears. So fingers crossed we can see a few more.
Oh my God, I feel kind of breathless. You know, it's like, you kind of want to take it all in. Yeah. How many different ways can you say epic? It's like
absolutely epic, epic. There's not any other words but epic.
So obviously most people come up to Svalbard in search of the king of the Arctic, the polar bear, and normally we don't disappoint, but outside of that there's so many other things to look forward to. We're often lucky with beluga whale, fin whale, blue whales, and then there's the birds. We often approach bird cliffs like Alcafellet, which have hundreds of thousands of breeding pairs on throughout the season. A big appeal to many of our guests is the Atlantic puffin, very colourful and charismatic, and there's a few great breeding sites here.
We saw 2 Arctic fox cubs playing, and then we just sat down and they came to us. And they were within like 20 feet of us, and I thought, okay, expectation totally blown out of the water. And we get closer and closer. Okay, let's sit down, let's see what happens. And they came to us like that. You know, you can tell someone's got experience. He knows how the animals will behave, and he gets you as close to the animals as, you know, you're allowed to be without influencing their behavior. And if they're comfortable with you, they'll come to you versus you having to go to them. And that's a great experience to have a company that knows that.
Well, this really is one of those pinch yourself kind of days. We woke up this morning in this magnificent Arctic wonderland, completely surrounded by sea ice. We're currently sitting at 80 degrees north, so really not too far from the North Pole whatsoever. So it's a true privilege to be here at all. So few people in the world ever get to experience this place.
quite emotional. In fact, I'm feeling a bit teary. No, I'm actually suddenly feeling really teary. It does feel like you're at the end of the world.
You know, you can see it on TV, but you don't get the sense of it, right? You need that whole 5 senses, the smell, the feel, the everything. You know, you've got to literally immerse yourself into the environment, and then you know what it's truly like.
All right, so we're deep within the pack ice. Look at this. actually spotted a polar bear, in fact 2 polar bears. So we've got to approach with caution, because one thing that Oceanwide does very well is give the bears space if they need it. They've got some serious experts on board, and they can tell you exactly how the bear is feeling just by looking at them and how they're interacting with their surroundings in the boat. This is just unbelievable, this place.
I mean, to see a mother with a cub, a yearling cub, out here in this landscape on the ice is one of the most incredible experiences I think anyone could ever have.
Exhilarating, really. Beautiful animals. One of the loveliest days of my life.
If you want to see polar bear, glacier ice, nice landscape, foxes and whales, history also, and sea ice, then this is a really good place to come here. And Oceanwide, because it has this real will to provide the best experience to all passengers in this harsh environment, and in a safe way, and quite comfy but casual way, which is quite nice.
To see in real life what you see in like a David Attenborough programme, it actually exists, it's not a fantasy. It's amazing and stunning and as beautiful as every documentary you've ever seen, except 10 times better.
Well, I guess that's the end of a seriously magical journey to the end of the earth. I guess the pictures will speak for themselves. However, one thing that I will definitely say to you is, if you have the means, book yourself onto one of these expeditions, because it truly is an experience that will stay with you for the rest of your life.